I never thought my biology teacher would be the one to betray me, but there I was, standing in the principal's office with my heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat, watching Mrs. Henderson tried to explain why my groundbreaking research on bioluminescent fungi was suddenly her nephew's project at the regional science fair. It started innocently enough. I'd always been the quiet kid in the back of the classroom, the one who preferred petri dishes to parties, and when I discovered a strain of mushrooms that glowed brighter when exposed to certain sound frequencies, I knew I had something special. Mrs. Henderson was my mentor, or so I thought, spending extra hours after school helping me refine my methodology, her eyes lighting up every time I showed her new data, her praise feeling like validation I'd never received from anyone else. I trusted her completely, pouring every ounce of my 16-year-old soul into that project, staying up until 3 in the morning for weeks, my hands stained with agar, my notebooks filled with meticulous observations that felt like pieces of a puzzle only I could solve. The betrayal unfolded slowly, like a poison seeping into clear water. First, she asked to keep my lab notebook overnight to review my calculations. Then she started suggesting I focus on a different aspect of the research, something less complicated. When the deadline for the regional science fair approached, she told me my project wasn't ready, that I needed more time, that I should wait until next year. I was devastated, but accepted her judgment. She was the expert, after all. Then came the email blast from the school district congratulating participants, and there it was. Regional Science Fair finalist, Brandon Henderson, Sonic Luminescence, How Sound Waves Affect Bioluminescent Fungi. The title was word for word what I'd written on my proposal, and Brandon was her nephew, a sophomore who'd never shown interest in biology beyond passing his test. The world tilted on its axis, colors bleeding into gray, the air turning thick and unbreathable as I stared at the screen, my own research staring back at me wearing someone else's name. I didn't confront her immediately. Instead, I became a ghost in her classroom, watching, waiting, gathering evidence with a cold precision that surprised even me. I found drafts of my work on her school computer when she stepped out. I recorded our conversations where she subtly probed for more details about my methods, and I even discovered she'd submitted my research paper to a journal under her nephew's name, the acceptance letter sitting in her desk drawer like a trophy she hadn't earned. The anger that burned inside me wasn't hot and wild, it was icy, focused, a laser beam of fury waiting for the right moment to strike. I bided my time through 2 agonizing weeks, pretending everything was normal, smiling through biology class, while my mind raced through scenarios of exposure, each more satisfying than the last, until the day of the school-wide assembly where regional winners would be recognized. When Brandon stood on that stage, holding the first-place trophy for research I'd done, Mrs. Henderson beaming in the front row like a proud lioness, I walked up to the principal and handed him a USB drive containing every piece of evidence, time-stamped lab notes, audio recordings, even security footage of her taking my notebook from my locker. What happened next felt like slow motion, the principal's face draining of color, the microphone cutting out as he approached the stage, Mrs. Henderson's smile freezing then cracking like porcelain as he whispered in her ear. I didn't say a word as they escorted her out of the auditorium, the entire student body buzzing with confusion. But when the principal announced an investigation into academic fraud and revoked Brandon's award, the applause that erupted wasn't for justice. It was for every kid who'd ever been underestimated, every quiet student who'd been told to wait their turn. They offered me the trophy later, but I declined. The real victory was watching her career unravel, knowing that sometimes the quiet ones aren't just observing, we're collecting evidence. And when we strike, we make sure it's fatal.